So welcome, ladies. We're doing the special recording for our Abraham Hicks group on that we have got together. And anyone else who's watching this on my YouTube channel, Susie says, then you have landed here for a specific reason. And I trust you'll carry on listening to this message. So welcome, welcome. Antoinette, Jen, welcome. And thank you, Antoinette, for initiating this call after you sent me a message yesterday to say, what is going on with these energies? So the date is the 17th of November, which is my grandmother's birthday. And it is 2020. We're in the middle of the turnaround of the life we know, the world we know. Everything is the right side round now, because the upside down version is discarding itself. But yesterday, Antoinette, you mentioned to me that there were quite a few energies flying around and that lots is going on. In fact, even this morning, early hours of the midnight, Cape Town had an earthquake of 3.5. So there's energies and weather patterns and odd people and odd leaders and chaos in the world, but on the same in the same breath, just like there is two sides to a coin, there is the good. In fact, there's three. There is the good that's going on, and obviously we know the media will always harp on the negative, but there is so much good that is going on energetically. So in my layman, easy teaching ways, I hope that you get some clarity on this. So, Antoinette, please remind me of what you were feeling yesterday. That what you said to me in my message, what was going down, so I can then share with you what went on.
Right. So what went on with me is that I have looked at some readings, tarot readings, and all of the readings were like, it's going to go good. It's going to be good, especially from this week. But last week, especially, I had a lot of conflict and a lot of things happening with the people around me. And it was just like, okay, but now everybody has got this good thing that's going to happen. So what's actually going on with the energies? Is it up? Is it down? Is it turned around? So I was just wondering what's going on. And that's why I asked you, do you know anything about it? Because you posted, a picture, which like, okay, maybe she knows what's going on.
Well, thanks for checking in with me, and I really appreciate it. So, as I understand, and as I have been navigating the energies and navigating what is going on around, the world that we know and what is going on at the moment is one big weather pattern. Everything in our world is energy. Everything. It started as an energy blip. Okay. Everything's energy. Everything has a positive. Everything has a negative. And if you look at it on various different ways of describing, there's a masculine and there's a feminine. There's a good, there's a bad, there's a light, there's a dark. Whatever there is, there's two sides. Okay. The energies at the moment, what is happening with the world, we've lived in a lower frequency energy field for thousands and thousands of years in the masculine energy. And these lower frequencies have played out in, as the years have progressed, have played out in negative things happening on the planet. Okay, but like really the deep dark stuff, the a lot of shadow stuff, a lot of masculine energy with egos, a lot of masculine energy with power, a lot of masculine energy with destruction, etc., etc. Okay, What's happening now is that there's 2012, or there has been a huge shift with the feminine energy coming in. And there's a bigger story with the galaxies and what's going on in the weather patterns and consciousness. But at the moment, the world's energy fields are completely shifting into the feminine, which is a higher frequency going into what they call the fifth dimension. It's a different radio station to the third dimension that we live in. Now, if this is going on, you must understand our bodies are energy fields, full on energy fields. So we've had all of this masculine energy, or this uh, darker energy. I'm just going to close the door here. Um, and now that the feminine energy, which really kicked in, started coming into from about 2012, now that it's kicked in, what's happening? And when you shine a torch on dark, what happens? The
That's
dark
right.
is exposed. Okay. And what's happening now is the frequencies are really, really, really getting high. And what's happening is that all of these dark emotions, anything that we have got in ourselves, is now becoming activated, and it is an emotion in the human experience. So things that we thought we had dealt with are coming up. People are moody, people are tired, people are angry, people are destructive. I mean, it's the people are greedy. You can see the power hungry. You can see all of the negative belief systems. Everything that was attached to us is all coming to the fore, because the masculine energy is one of your head energy, which is your power, your action. The feminine energy is the love, and it comes from a place of kindness, it comes from a place of joy, it comes from a place of innocence. And this new frequency is coming in waves and waves onto our planet. Okay. And what's happening is that it's activating all of the shadow that is within us. Now, we've been in a conditioned society, so all of the shadow stuff, a lot of it is we have not been able to control any of our anger, be able to have an outburst because we get into trouble or we've told it's wrong. Everything's conditioned. Shut up, keep quiet. So the higher frequencies now coming into your bodies and coming into our energy fields are stirring up all sorts of weather patterns within our own bodies. And people don't know how to deal with it. They don't understand why they are so angry. They don't understand why they are depressed. They don't understand why they are so tired. They think it's a normal day in the office, but what the hell is going on with me? So these higher frequencies are coming, which is all heart driven, which is all driven by kindness and everything. People are starting to feel more, but because that we have been so conditioned as a race to be in the darker side of things, of control, now everyone's rattling. All these emotions are coming up. We haven't been emotional beings. We have been reactive beings. And so all the stuff that's coming through, that people now have to face uh, their dark side, face stuff that they haven't wanted to deal with, emotions that are coming through to them. You either can suppress them or you can deal with them. But in the world at the moment, you cannot suppress them any longer, because your whole body is stepping into another level. Imagine it's another floor in a building. You've caught the elevator, you're in the elevator. So you're in the turbulence between an old story of what you had thought you had control of your body and emotions. You're going into the next story, the fifth dimension, which is a higher frequency, a different radio station. And you're in the elevator in the middle. And the elevator is going because you know what, you've still got stuff that you have to deal with. And if you approach it and understand it and thinking, oh my word, okay, all it's doing with it coming up now is it's clearing away those old limiting beliefs if you actually let them go. Okay. Our default setting, Antoinette and Jenny, is love. It's a frequency. We were born in out of the God source energy frequency of love. That's our default setting. We are the average of when we were born as a baby, an average of our mother and our father. Frequency. So our address has a little bit of mom, a little bit of dad, and a little bit of me as love in the middle. If I grow up in a loving environment, my love body will be, my energy field will be more of a default setting of my default setting of love. I will come from, I will be I'll have a gentler life, okay? But most of our default settings come from a parent, a mother and a father, or a broken family of sorts that have collected all their energy fields from lineage, from their parents and their parents and their parents. It's just like putting dust on a coat, just extra layers of dust on one coat. So what's happening now is everything that's coming up in your shadow, you're going, but these aren't my emotions. 95% of your frequency, your address, is not your original address. It's not your love frequency that you were born from. It's the limiting beliefs that you grew up with of what your mother told you, what your father told you, what your teachers told you, what your friends told you, what society told you, what the government told you. Everything has been conditioned to who you are now. And we have been properly blinded by this, that we are told to sit in a, at a desk, and that you are stupid, sit in the back row. So with the world shifting the way it is now, this shadow stuff that's coming through, most of it actually isn't ours. And when you have an awareness of that and you go, oh my word, I feel so crappy today. I feel so insecure. I feel needy. I feel depressed today. You've actually got to stop and like, hang on a second, this isn't even my stuff. My default setting is happy. How long have I been trying to teach happy for? My default setting is happy. It's the love frequency. And so in order to change my whole address, I have to acknowledge, first of all, that my default setting is love. And then I have to expand on that. And how do I expand on that? I expand on that by watching what I listen to, who I listen to, full frequency, what I read. Is it a book? Is it the newspaper? What do I watch? Is it a nature documentary, or is it the news? And all of those are frequencies that you're adding into your pot of who you are. And so you either become a reactive being to everybody else's frequencies and input of life into your pot, or you step back and you go, hang on a sec, none of that's mine. I'm heading to the default of happy. So I know I choose what I read, I choose what I write, I choose who's in my space, and I become a person that is now coming from a love frequency, and that becomes my address. You actually become a frequency address when you are in control of knowing that you are loved. You actually then start choosing things better, and your whole DNA literally changes into this love bubble, and you become what they call like that ray of sunshine. You become an energy field, and people come into your space if they are. I mean, I've watched people physically walk into my house and walk out. It's too bright. They don't know what's going on. The next thing they phone, no, I can't be at my phone rings or whatever, and also they go, Phew, gone. But it's me who's bounced them out, my frequency. And so the most important thing in these times with what is going on is, first of all, to know that the world is physically moving in the galaxy around is an energetic body. There's a weather pattern going on. There's a much bigger picture than just you waking up in the morning and going to bed at night. There's a weather pattern going on. Then there's even more stories, and I won't blow everyone's mind there. There's a weather pattern going on, and there is a seasonal change of galactic proportion. And the biggest thing that has ever happened to humanity is going down at the moment, and we are part of it. So by the way, that 9 to 5, the regular life that you thought you had, it's time to rewrite your story, but from a love base. Okay. So these beautiful, massive energy shifts, and especially now, November, December, Mother Earth is alive, and she is. Her heartbeat, the Schumann's resonance is up. Resonance is up. You can go into all of this. You can find all information. You can go. YouTube can be your encyclopedia. With it's no longer the Britannica. It's now the YouTube. Go onto YouTube and research, and lots of other channels as well. But the Earth's heartbeat is up, which means the weather patterns are up. There are bigger storms, there are bigger earthquakes, there are volcanoes, there are tidal things, there are heat, there's rain, there's everything is alive, including the beings. And the beings on the planet at the moment have been in a low frequency, a masculine frequency that has got so warped and so negative, and it's just rising. It's like the cake is rising now, and we are now in this higher frequency where our cells are adjusting. And the default for love is to feel good, and most of humanity doesn't know how to feel good. And if they do, they're merely doing it. They're merely doing it out of little bits of it. Helen. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm going to mute you guys here. It's quiet, but just in case. So what's happening is our bodies are adjusting in these energy fields, and mankind is literally, if you just look everyone around you, like people don't know how to deal with these energies. They thought they had their lives on track. But the reason why they don't know how to deal with them is, Helen, how are you, beautiful? So good to have you there.
Thank you. Hi.
Yay. The reason why people don't know how to deal with all of the shadow stuff is they haven't really had to, hey? They haven't really had to. We've had an external world which has been our satisfaction, an external world to look for happiness, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in material belongings, whether it be careers. It's all been external gratification. And it doesn't work like that in the higher frequencies now. It's not external, it's all internal. So these higher frequencies are forcing people to go internal. And they've never done it before. The beings on this planet and the beings for thousands and thousands of years have been sheep. They've been controlled what to think, what to say, what to teach them, what to eat. And now we're standing on our own in a frequency and in a weather pattern energetically that the being on the inside, that love frequency, that or that setting that we are defaulted at is coming alive. People are starting to realize things are wrong. This is wrong. What's going on? They're starting to think for themselves rather than follow the sheep. And bodies are reacting. So Antoinette, when you were feeling down, even though you've been helping others and talking to them and counseling them and doing whatever you're doing, and understanding what is going on with all of these people, the onus now and the responsibility now that we have with the knowledge that we know that we are energy is that your job, in order to serve mankind and in order to serve your families, in order to serve yourself, in order to serve the biggest consciousness of everyone, is to worry about you first, your address, your frequency. And your default setting is love. And we've never been taught self-love. We've never been taught self-love. We've been told, don't be so selfish. It's not about you. Think about others. But the fact is, it is about you. Because our default setting has been so warped and so adapted to society by looking external for gratification for love. I love that handbag. I love that big house. I love that car. But when all of that is gone, so they've thrown a material world at us in order to get the stimulation. The adverts on TV. Adverts, they even turn the volume up 25% when you walk to the kitchen for an advert break. Everything is a frequency of control that they have known how to do it through our media to change our frequency address of our being. But the weather patterns are changing, and this fifth dimension is real, and the frequencies are coming in that are feminine based, that are love based, and people are cracking open. And people don't know how to deal with their emotions because we have been suppressed. And so the way to do it now and the way to be is for Jenny, Antoinette, Helen, and for anyone else who's listening to this, is your job is to look after you first, to become the lighthouse, like proper. Giving your energy away to others for helping them in a moment when they are down is wonderful. But you have to check in on you first, which is why that time in the morning when you wake up, it bewilders me how the habit, and gee whiskers, I was prime candidate of picking up one's phone and straight away checking messages and straight away checking your email. The first thing you've done, because you reset and sleep, is you've opened a can to get the frequencies of the world in to make your average before you've even got out of bed. And so your day already, your head is in the future. It's worrying about somebody who sent me an email who, shat on me, or somebody who I got a WhatsApp from who's sad because their dog died or something, or they're bitching about a friend. Now you've got all of that in you. So you're busy thinking, what can I say to so-and-so? What can I do to so-and-so? And you get out of bed, you stub your toe, you spill the geezer's not working, there's no milk or it's gone sour, you sit in the traffic. It's a chain reaction of external things that come into you've allowed into your frequency field for that day, and you've created your reality. You have a shitty day at work, you can't get the deal done, whatever's going on. And with Abraham Hicks, what we've learned with the 17 seconds. And when I started doing that a couple of years ago, I swear it is so vital when you know that your default setting is love and that you own your address and how you are going to influence the world. Now, the world is your world first. We are the world. We are everything, because if we're energy, we've got the whole world flowing through us. We're fluid. But you get to own, because you are conscious of it, you get to own your address. You get to own your frequency. And you are only useful to mankind if you are selfish with owning your happiness. And that's learning to say no, huh? But first of all, it's learning to say yes. Yes, me first. And so when you can wake up in the morning and you can grab onto, and it used to be, I know in my life a couple of years ago, it used to be by a thread, huh? To a little bit of happy, whatever I could muster up. Anything without the whole world coming down on me with its negative before I got out of bed. That 17 seconds that became 68 seconds, that became the first few minutes of the hour when I woke up. And eventually my address in my body, from that quivering, sad, insecure, unhappy, completely everybody else's frequencies, found my little glowworm in me. And it took years. But it's a self-teaching. Abraham Hicks was the one that actually pinpointed to me to say that that is what you are. How do I expand this? How do I make it bigger? And so I started doing kind of things for me. Yes, the affirmations are great. You're just talking yourself into it. I am this, I am. Because I am abundant. I'm a tree. I'm wind. I am my roses. I'm everything good that comes through me. But it's a choice that I decide whether I am happy or not. And I stuck more and more and more to doing nicer things for myself, like buying myself flowers, like hugging myself every day. Now it's even like treating my nose and cheeks and like you're a rock star looking in the mirror. I couldn't look in the mirror. I couldn't look in the mirror for, I've only really been able to look in the mirror, believe it or not, this year, lately. Try that one. The self-love thing is your absolute journey to be on this life, to go back to self-love. That is what this awakening is about, is to awaken that inner love of you that you have. And when you can get that into every single cell of yours, by consciously choosing happier things for you and locking in your address, and more and more and more and more you become it. The law of attraction is a frequency. Attraction is a frequency. You, that love default setting of yours is a frequency. It is a magnet. It's a magnet. We talk the law of attraction. All you have to do is change your address. This address in frequency, and everything, the beautiful mantra that I use every day, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So I'm becoming the magnet to attract it. All of life comes to me, towards me. What does a magnet do? It brings everything in. But if I've got the dust coming through me of an insecurity, or I've got the dust coming through for me from a past program of somebody telling me I can't do something, or a fear. Money is a massive thing for society. It's just like the end of the month, everyone's thinking, oh my God, I'm going to pay the bills. It's just a frequency. But if you can control and become more of the love frequency and more of the positive frequency in what you listen. I don't even know what's on TV. I don't even listen. I will listen to Zipper because I guarantee you someone will tell me, give me the highlights of whether the world's blown up or not. I'll hear about it. But I choose not to. I choose nothing of that. I choose nothing of that world that is not my world, because in my love frequency, who have become and I'm expanding on, I'm creating my own reality. And I live in a harmonious energy, #home field of joy, of fun, of love, of prosperity, of abundance, of everything happy, everything yellow. Even I got my bee on the wall. I choose it and I've become it. So what you are becoming then is you're becoming the default setting you were born, and you're becoming what the Christ consciousness of God love. You are the frequency of love. And all of your talents, all of your passions, all of your creativity is activated when you actually start doing little more things for you. If you want to paint, if you are a painter, paint. If I'm a writer, write. Everything, it's just activating the past juices that we have in us. Everything, and the more you do for it. You want to walk in the garden and you love talking to the birds and the trees and the flowers, which I do. I have a beautiful relationship with trees. Then do it, because it lifts your energy field. And you are more useful on this planet as a positive, happy energy field than a dusty, dark, sad one. And with the knowledge of knowing that I know that I can contribute to not only my household, but to my neighborhood, to my city, to my country, to the rest of the world, because it's energy. And I'm lighter, and I'm happier, and I'm brighter. The more of us that are doing it around the world is pulling up being the light shining on those who have got the sadness going through them now. But when you have the understanding that these gray areas, this emotion that is coming through us now, that is lifting up and leaving us, if you are in the middle of an emotion and a wave, and I still have them coming through me, trust me, it's a collective now. Because you go, this isn't my feeling. We have emotions coming through us and go, where did that come from? It's only because your frequency in your body recognizes something that may be in the neighborhood or somebody nearby, and you'll react accordingly. But when you have the knowledge that it's passing through and you're not attached, and you go, sure, that was interesting. That's how I felt. My word. Okay, back to happy. Acknowledge it, let it go. And your cloak that you have collected of all the sadness drops. And these little dust particles start leaving you. And eventually, nobody comes out of this unscathed. Okay? We are all here to head back to the deep. This is what this great awakening is. We are all here to head back to our default setting of love. That the onus is upon only you to help yourself first. You are not helping anyone else by saying, hey, darling, come and sit here, let me talk. And you must do this and you must do that. Because that's all, it's all tangible things you're talking about. You're talking about stuff. But actually, it's an energy. And if I can hold space for you, if Jenny, you message me, or Helen, you message me, and say, I'm read. Other people message me and say, I'm not in a good space now. Will you hold space for me? All I have to do, because we are energetically connected, is put myself even in a happier space. Go jump on the trampoline, go sing a song, go dancing. I'm dancing for the first time, Helen, you'll be so excited. I have never danced in my life. I was kicked out of all classes, trying to do everything with my 16 left feet. I'm like an octopus. My whole body has come alive with dancing. I went to my first free movement class on Saturday. I've been dancing for the last month. Some guy came up to me and said, how long have you been dancing for? Wow, I'm like, a month. There is stuff going on in this body. When we release the stress of heaviness and we start owning that lightness, your whole body gets lighter. I lost 10 kilos this year purely from changing into happy. I didn't die. My frequency default is happy. And so my relationship with everything changes. When I get to my food, it's like, oh, it's like a whole little, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Gratitude and everything is all happy. And so it even chemically changes in me. I have put nothing in my mouth, nothing in my ears, as in listening, eating, consuming, anything. Because I have known that this year, the importance of really getting into that love frequency, knowing that the rest of the world depends on us, guys, depends on our happiness. So it's you first, down to the core of selfishly turning your phone off and saying, do not interrupt. I do not even, I'm having a lighthouse day at home on my own. I'm addressing my address. I will be useful to you tomorrow. Because when you then are in the space of negative people and in the space of sad friends and things, inside, every single one of your cells is smiling because it's healing them in your frequency. And it's seeing the love in them and it's working on the love in them. So many people get stuck in the hamster wheel with that same story going round and round. Yeah, and he said, and she said, and. And so change the conversations you have with friends that are sad and find out what good they do have. So many people only look at the gray cloud. It's always been told to. I mean, even watching TV, like you want to buy a headache pill, they then tell you about the 50 million deaths that you're going to die with this headache pill. They'll always resort to a negative. So by having an awareness that your frequency is a default setting of love that you can expand on with your habits in a day, and that your importance of doing that can then go and sit with somebody who is not in a good space, or even in an area, walking into a shop, walking into anywhere, you will, if you're just in your happy, smiling on the inside, outside, whatever, watch what happens around you. You become the light. You become the miracle that's walking around. And people don't understand why they're feeling better suddenly. Because you're an energy. So the brighter you are, you literally zapping them without you even realizing. But when you talk to people and people want to just rattle on about negative, your only thing really is, without absorbing any of their frequency, thank you for sharing. Is there anything good that's happened in your life? Like, what is the good? And what are you grateful for? And people forget that here. Gratitude. Abraham Hicks teaches us gratitude, 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 gratitude. Because it takes your attention off the sock with a hole in it. You've now got a sock with not a hole in it. You know what I mean? Change direction, pivot, pivot. And our job is to pivot and to teach others and show them by us being that there is light. We just have to. Mankind's been stuck on one side of the coin and they only know that story. There is another whole side, and consciousness is growing, and the world is defaulting back into its love setting, and it's happening. And in the next 2 months, not even, November's halfway already, November, December, there is going to be mammoth movement on this planet. 21st of December is going to be that all the calendars, everything in existence stops. 21st of December, your default setting has to be in happy, because that is what you're taking forward into the future. And don't worry about others around you. As much as we love them, we can check in, but do not let anybody hijack your happy. And the days that you do find yourself in a really crappy place, don't beat yourself up about it. Okay, I'm having a 3D old paradigm, old story day. I know it's not going to stay here because I have to do something happier to reset it. And the way I have found that works is to actually move, get out of that freaking chair. If you find people that are depressed around you, get them out of their chairs, get them moving. And the place to really, 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 really reset yourself is in nature. Go for a walk, whether it's a beach, whether it's a garden, whether it's, and stop and look and listen to the birds, listen to the trees, because the being's default setting of love creates a future of that love frequency by being present. You have to live in the brick that you're creating, not live on the roof that isn't even there yet. One brick at a time. Become the brick first and own your brick. And your frequency that you create today creates your reality. So as your frequency gets happier, your reality expands into that. But you will, while you are lifting your frequency into happiness, definitely lose friends, temporarily or not. Family, because you are a frequency that is light now. And whether if they are not light, they are going to run away, and they're in their own story. Respect them and love them for being in their own story. But your job is to stay in your own story. If you want to serve your friends and your family and mankind in these moments, stay in your own story. I'm sorry, I'm not taking visitors or calls today. I'm staying in my own story. I'm working on my happy. And it sounds so childlike. But oh my God, it is vital. It's vital to go back to that childlike innocence, to play, to be in the, because it's that innocence, it's that frequency that is absolutely going to soar us and rise us above all of this so that we can create the new reality on the other side of the coin, which we are doing. You're on this call, you're already in it. But to have the awareness that it is not your responsibility for anyone else's addresses. Only your hashtag home frequency. And you have to get momentum on it. And once you've got more of it in your encasing, you'll never share that. Which why it's so interesting in relationships and things. So many people go from one relationship to the same. They're looking for the external happy. And then they're heartbroken. And then off to the next relationship. Because the trick is to become the love and happy that you can live on your own, totally in your blissful state. And somebody who comes along into your life, it's next to you. They're in their bliss, you're in your bliss. And I love you go and create together. The creationship. not a leeching relationship where I'm only happy because you're happy. I'm sad today because you're grumpy. Can't feed off each other. So I hope that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I really did waffle on there. Not waffle, but I hope that makes sense because the next couple of months are going to be pretty big for a lot of people emotionally, and they don't understand what's going on. So hand them an Abraham Hicks of sorts so they understand. But be compassionate, come from a place of benevolence, kindness, understanding. Do not take their stuff on, but own your happy. Like never before in your entire life. Your life depends on it. Of owning your happy and yours and self-love, really, honestly and truly. If you want to put the music on and sing and dance around the house naked, and you want to whatever run yourself a bath, buy yourself flowers, laugh, become that little girl again, paint, draw, write, mess around, just giggle, do what you need to do. You're rewiring your story. You're recoding, energizing your default. And the old stuff is gone. It's moved. It's not ours. It was never ours anyway, but we were conditioned to believe it was. We had to be, we had to get sick because, oh, cancer's in the family, so you will get sick. Bullshit. I have my own DNA. I have my own frequency. And the higher frequency you are, there is no sickness. We all heal ourselves. We all heal ourselves genetically. So the whole medical system is going to change. Everything's changing. Everything's changing. And so it's just to have an awareness of it. Anyone got any questions?
Yes.
You.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So nice to see you and connect with all of you again. Yeah,
How is Cyprus?
we're going through lockdown again. So it's very challenging at the moment. They've closed the airports and we're going through a second wave. Yesterday, for the very first time ever, there was a bit of violence actually. They were burning dustbins in the streets and looting and stuff, which we've never, ever had before.
People are reacting, hey? People are reacting. They are tired. It's right. It's going to be, everything's going to be amplified.
So I just wanted to ask you, all three of you, if you are exercising at all. Because I don't know how things are in South Africa, if you can go for walks or I'm so thrilled that you're dancing, Susie, because it's the most incredible release of the soul and it just works the entire body. And being a trainer, I know that anything that moves your joints and your muscles makes you feel better. So I wanted to just ask you, ladies, are you exercising at the moment in any way? Yes or no?
Yes.
Hi, Helen. Nice to meet you.
You look so familiar. Sorry, I'm not putting my camera on today, but I promised to meet you. I'm coming home. I'm coming home, Susie, in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, excellent.
I'd love to see you. Yeah. Jess?
You'd have to come a bit further because we're in Zimbabwe.
Oh wow! I've always wanted to. Well, sometime.
But yeah, Helen, just answering your question, I've, together with a couple of friends, just joined a little yoga group online, and we've basically got an app, and that's all we do every day. Just hold each other accountable, get on and do yoga. And then I'm playing a lot of golf as well, which is amazing because you're getting out in nature properly for 4 or 5 hours and really breathing in the air, listening to the birds. You know, it's such a beautiful place to be. So yeah, I'm playing golf twice a week and I never used to play golf.
Wow, well done.
Fantastic, Jen. And you, Antoinette?
Well, I only started on Sunday that we went for a walk. It's about a kilometer walk. I'm living at the dam. So this is very nice. But before that, we were actually very still, not exercising, not doing anything. But I decided we really need to because some of us has gone 2 dress sizes up, which is a bit big. So we need to get back to practice, to exercise, and
Moving.
we just started with the walk. But yeah, I'm a bit stiff already today. So,
That's brilliant.
but we're gonna go this afternoon again. So
That's
just after the Zoom meeting, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
again.
fantastic.
I think exercise also brings it um, brings you present. You know, if you're going walking or golfing, don't think of what was, don't think of what could be. You have your could be is determined by who and what you're doing now, your thoughts. So be present and like examine a leaf if you have to. That present. You know, look at the birds, look at the trees, look at, thank you, wow, look, because that presence is part of the frequency of stillness and you become the average of all of that. And presence takes you into the frequency for the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step. And your future is created from presence, not from worrying about the future. So you've got to move, Antoinette, and that's brilliant start. Yay, well done. It's the movement. Stick something on YouTube, dance, put the music in the kitchen, just extra movements. Gets your cells moving, your energy field moving. Brilliant.
And I make a recommendation, Suze, because
Mm.
a lot of people aren't working and financially it's very challenging. So sometimes people would go to gym or what have you. So the simple things that we can do, which will really assist us, is definitely what Susie said about the mindset and that. And then also to drink water. As soon as you wake up, to have a warm glass of water with lemon so that you can neutral alkaline the system. And then those 20 to don't walk for less than 20 to 30 minutes a day because the body only will start to break your carbohydrates after your 20 minutes consecutive training. And to look at yourself in the mirror and to laugh and to love yourself where you are and just to move the joints because a lot of people right now with COVID especially, and it's not just that, the bodies need to build an immune system because you can be attacked with flu or even just flu can knock you out. So COVID's used as an excuse right now, but it is very traumatic because I have 2 family members who have it and they've been bedridden for 5 months. So it's very, very, very difficult, no matter what anyone says. So we've got to keep our mind healthy and the body healthy and the spirit healthy and laugh at yourself. Laugh, laugh, laugh. And it's just amazing, Suze. Thank you for connecting and for promoting this because I think standing together, and you've said you'll reach out to us, but we want to reach out to you as well, that we also are there to support you in every possible way. And move the joints, move the fingers, move the wrists, move the shoulders. Release, don't get into eating unhealthy food like too much wheat, sugar, and gluten and milk. So because it's very hard to lose it. So Antoinette, bravo, well done, and all of you, well done for moving. Keep moving. It's the most important thing right now.
You have to move. You have to get your energy fields out of their old pattern. And the way you do that is moving. We got onto a training program on YouTube. We did a girl called Pamela Reif, and then various other things we found on YouTube to do. You can do yoga. We did like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes workout. So every single morning throughout lockdown, most mornings in the weekdays. Still do now. We're doing a whole session in the morning and we do a session in the afternoon. Just quickly, we're working on abs. I do my dancing now. I was walking. We're allowed to go out, Helen, in this moment. But walking, when lockdown first happened, we had 6 till 9 in the morning. I walked around the block for an hour quickly, just getting the body moving. We're lucky we have a trampoline here. The girls have a trampoline, so sometimes I jump on that. And now I'm learning to hula hoop. There's movement. So and movement is if we're energy must move. So if you've got people that are around you that are depressed and things, that can get them out of their chairs, they have to change. You have to pivot. Listen to Abraham Hicks. pivot, face the light, face the happier. Always choose your conscious awareness now to choose to speak in happy. Everything is in happy. What comes out of your mouth has a frequency. It creates a ripple. You are what you speak. You are creating your life, what you speak. And so speak in your language. I am healthy. I am abundance. I am abundant. I am abundance. I am love. I am kindness. I am. And those are all the frequencies you already are. You're just reactivating more of them and the dust part. So in closing, and we'll start winding down now, is be very aware of what you personally are adding to your energy field now in everyday life, of what you're actually thinking. Don't beat yourself up with any of it. Just have an awareness of what you're thinking, what you're speaking, what you are doing is in actioning, what you're speaking to other people, how you are reacting in everything, and rather slow everything down. Stop, look, choose. Like, stop and say, before I say that, is it serving me in my frequency address? Eventually it becomes a habit, it's like the 17 seconds. Is it serving me, or is it actually just still keeping the dust going? And to be an alchemist of your own life, you become very aware of all of the factors, all of the contributions towards you. And you can see, you watch the changes, you see the shifts happening, and they do. Walking, proving, talking, live person, being in, I get it. And we've got power within us to change it. So that's our only job. And to come from a tone of love, just love. And the quieter you are and the stiller you are, where you are giving wisdom rather than advice, right now, be very resourceful of what power you're giving away, what energy you're giving away to those that do not understand yet. You are more powerful in your power, quiet, and you're happy than speaking to someone with deaf ears. You are more effective around them. So step away from the vehicle if it's negative, and own your happy, like proper freaking own your happy, and step away from life when and if you can, in order to get into that blissful state. And you will be so much more useful. Number one, you will see yourself transform. And number two, you will be serving everybody else the right way around, as opposed to them first and you last and you depleted at the end of the power. It doesn't work that way. So class is open the other way around. And it's the way we've never been shown or taught, because it's the powerful way. So we know now, and now it all transforms us and others.
I think also, Sue, what you just said was so powerful, because I don't think it's just the words. I think also when we go to eat something or we go to do
everything's a frequency. What you put in your body is a frequency. If you're putting sugar in your body, it is a low frequency.
Are you serious? What's it done for you?
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny and such a lovely exercise to do? You're going to laugh at me now. But when you wake up in the morning and you go to bed, brush your teeth with the other hand. Please. Brush your teeth with the other hand. Do the opposite. Use the opposite hand or opposite leg to do what you would normally do. And it is so incredible, because it wakes up your sensory nerves and your system. It gives it that jolt and it wakes your brain up.
Drop your knife and fork around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't drive backwards, but I mean, there's so many things we can do another call next week. I mean, I'm watching something as well. I mean, even building your muscles on your face. I mean, there's all sorts of exercise. You don't even need a facelift. You just activate. Everything's like activating. So we are powerful powerful machine. We are machines that came down to experience life. And we have come down to experience life in this time because it's us in our knowledge. Helen, Antoinette, Jenny, all of those that are even on the Abraham group and those who are watching us, we're here to lift the world up in our beings. We came here as benevolent beings to live and experience a human life and to experience being human. We are not humans. We're beings inside a human body. At the moment you realize that and you realize what you can do with the control of it, and everything's a frequency. When you open your mouth and you next put something in it, stop and pause and say, is this a lower frequency or is it a higher frequency? And when you have that chocolate and it's a lower frequency, if you come and approach it with, oh my word, I'm going to get fat because I'm eating this chocolate, and you put it in your mouth, what frequency are you putting into your body? But if you take that piece of chocolate and you are gentle on yourself and you really feel like it's chocolate and it's been a while and you're taking the, oh my word, this is just the best, most tasting. I love this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Put it in your mouth, the chemical reaction, everything changes. You experience a higher frequency. You can even change, even your food that is cooked in a restaurant or by someone. If you're grumpy and you're cooking, you're putting that energy into that food and everybody else picks up your frequency. You have to have an awareness of this. So when you get your food from a grumpy person, you don't know what's come from a restaurant. Look at it, wow it, like be so grateful for it. And your frequency that you're in and around this food will change all that chemical reaction with food. Then you put it in your mouth. That's why there's grace. That's why you bless it. But bless it for you in gratitude and, oh my gosh, this looks delicious and thank you, you prepared it. And I mean, you don't know where that carrot's come from. It could be a traumatized carrot that's landed up being grown by a farmer who's what his energy field is, the person who seeded it, the soil, the energy of the neighborhood, the truck that it came in, the washer, the who's, the packer, it is. You have now got this carrot. Do you think it is a love carrot by the time it gets to us? And now you put it in your body. So yeah, when you're grateful for everything, it changes the frequency. And when you have a frequency of a higher value going into your being, you become it. It is you. So be cautious of everything you consume, you drink, what your state of being is when you eat and drink, you talk to people. Yeah, there's lots to teach you. But there's lots. Because we know this all. We know this. We are inbred. We know this. It's just we're remembering that it serves us better to do and to move away, because the old paradigm doesn't serve anymore. It's expired. And so the world is kicking into a world of love. And in our lifetimes, ladies, we will experience it without a doubt. And we will come back in our next lifetimes and we will be in a fully conscious, beautiful, magical world that we see in the movies of these beings. And our default setting is love. We are all one. We are all brothers and sisters. We are all one. There is no racism and hate. There is no war. They have just made us against each other for control. We are love. And your first stop is you, your shop. One-stop shop. And then what? You just be. You don't have to watch, you'll see it already. Okay.
Suze, just want to say thank you so much. I've really loved this call and I've really loved the way you've kept it simple. Because there's so much information out there and it can be way overcomplicated. So you've really kept it simple. So well done for that. And thank you so much. I've really loved it.
Yay, thank you. Thank you. I'd love to do this weekly. I'd love to do this more often. We can pick a energy theme and I'll put them all on my YouTube channel eventually. But thank you for embracing this, and I'm super excited for all of us to thrive The survive mode is not what we came here for. We came to thrive. But it's with you first, huh?
Susie, thank you so much. Yes, we need to be reminded now and again. We all know this, yes, but we need to be reminded. So thank you so much again for reminding us and just giving a little bit more information and more things to go and do. You know, I'm definitely going to get back to me, and yes, that's it.
Oh,
So
awesome.
thank
And
you
I'm
so
happy,
much.
yeah, and I'm happy to do. I mean, if there's anything that you, anything, like we can start a whole theme of talking energies of how to work it in our lives and everything. Just let me know. Let's pick a theme. Let's just talk. Let's just talk energies and consciousness and everything we can do. And it is, you know, others will benefit from it. So it will be great fun. Thank you. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for sparking this. Awesome.
Thanks everyone as well. And everyone, if anyone, I was also thinking that if any of you need prayer for anything, please do on the chat or personally send a request so we stand together in agreement for you. You know, because everyone's going through their own stresses and sometimes doesn't want to share it. So I think it's wonderful that we stand together.
Yeah, it's just lovely holding space for everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, the Lord hears everything, and we must know that we overcome us through Him, and that we are so powerful because we come from Him, and He is in us, and we forget that. We look at external things to gain our strength and external things to gain information from. We have everything inside of us, like Susie said. It's all inside of us, and when we look at ourselves in the mirror to say, "I am enough," because media is very cruel. So we mustn't forget our self-talk and love ourselves more, be kinder to ourselves more, and ask yourself, would you speak, when you sabotage yourself, would you speak like that to your child? So we must make the little girl inside of us feel safe again and loved again, and that when we overcome that fear, there's such victory on the other side, and we can do it together. So maybe in the new year, I'll also choose maybe just do a wellness thing. We can even do a workout session online or something for people who don't know what to do, how to move.
That's fun.
But it's
Yes,
fun.
let's
From your-
create
you
those
can do-
creative juices that we activate within ourselves and within each other.
Oh, seriously, and smile a lot. I see stress
Yeah,
and I really just
create the movement and create
absolutely, and it's just wonderful.
the
Not
universe being other things. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's about why do we restrict ourselves? Why don't we move those joints and move ourselves forward into the most victorious life that is entitled to us? Because we were born victorious. We've restricted ourselves. So I love you lots. Sending you all the love from Cyprus. Hope to see you when I come to South Africa. Jenny, hopefully one day you're going to teach me some golf. And Jeanette, we can go for a walk. Susie, we're going to have a boogie. And yeah, we'll have a party when we come home. We'll have a party on Zoom. And we'll have a great laugh. Bless you all. I've got to jump onto another.
Lovely.
Okay.
Lots
Thanks,
of
Thanks,
ladies.
Helen. Bye.
Beautiful week. And yeah, just drop me a line, drop me a question, drop me anything. I'm in my element with this stuff. So I love to share. Thanks, Antoinette, for making this happen.
It's a pleasure.
So, ladies, so good to see you, Jen. Bye-bye,
Thanks,
Helen.
Sus. Lovely to see you. Bye-bye, Antoinette. Lovely
Yes.
to meet you.
Bye-bye.